London. Vladimir Putin again denied that Russia interfered in last year and APO's US election, joking to NBC and EWS and APO's Megyn Kelly that even her and underage DAUGHTER and could have been behind the hacking. The journalist asked the Russian president about what American intelligence agencies say is evidence that he became personally involved in a covert campaign to harm Hillary Clinton and benefit Donald Trump. And IP addresses can be invented, a child can do that. Your underage daughter could do that. That is not proof and Putin replied. He also said that US officials blaming Russia and reminds me of anti-Semitism and blaming the Jews and describing it as and disinformation. And Putin made the comments in a panel discussion moderated by Kelly at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. Later, Kelly is due to go one-on-one with Putin in a sit-down interview. He said, and this is transferring the internal political bickering of the United States beyond the borders of the country outside on the international stage. There is no specific evidence, no facts, just assumptions, allegations, and conclusions based on those allegations, nothing more. And Putin also questioned Trump and APO's call for NATO allies to increase their military spending, asking, and if YOU and APO's re not intending to attack anybody, why increase your military spending? And he said, and the US demand from their allies to raise their spending and simultaneously say that NATO is not going to attack anybody. And Putin suggested that NATO was an outdated alliance. And NATO was established as a Cold War instrument in the fight against the Soviet Union. There is no longer any Soviet Union, but NATO is still there. The question is, what for? And he asked. And NATO has already been talking about transformation into a political organization as the kind of an organization that creates the elements of stability in the world. And Putin said. He added, however, that and so far we are seeing the way the military infrastructure is expanding and heading towards our borders. And the Russian leader suggested the ALLIANCE and APO's continued existence could be explained because it was merely an and instrument of US foreign policy. And related, why Trump and APO's silence on NATO Article 5 is a big deal. Trump has been pressing his 27 NATO allies to up their military spending to the 2% of GDP recommended by the alliance, a threshold only a handful of them meet. He has gone further than his predecessors and shocked Western foreign policy analysts by hinting that he may withhold AMERICA and APO's decades-long protection if these targets are not met. Putin and APO's sky-high domestic popularity is built on his self-styled image as a man who can restore Russia to its former glory. He sees NATO as a Western encroachment on our USSIA and APO's borders. Kelly said the interview would be and the first time he has sat down with an American journalist since the appointment of a special counsel to look into allegations of Russian interference in our election. And the exclusive interview will air on and Sunday night with Megyn Kelly and this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. On Thursday, Putin suggested for the first time that private and patriotic and hackers could be behind attacks on the world and APO's democracies, but he still denied interfering in the US election. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Moldovan President Igor Dodon, and Austrian Chancellor Christian Kern were also on FRIDAY and APO's panel.